Good morning, Next Gen. This is Shelly, and I'm here with this week's Thrive Thursday, where each week we talk about ways to ensure that you are thriving in all areas of your business. Last week, we talked briefly on email marketing and making sure that you are communicating the message that you are here to solve the problems parents have during this time of COVID. This week, we're going to talk about taking that out and really looking how you can fill needs of people in your community. So recently we had in our community all of our rec football leagues canceled, correct? So Pop Warner, SYFL, all of those rec football and cheer leagues were canceled for the season. So as a management team, we sat down and we started brainstorming. How can we help these families? In our community, our program is known as like the elite program, and it's more expensive than most people want to spend. So we started looking at creating a program specifically to target those kids. We already have a fall prep program that a lot of kids have already enrolled in out of those kind of leagues, but we were looking more specifically at how do we get a large group of kids in. So we contacted one of our rec football leagues and got the entire group to bring their teams over and compete under us. So grab a pen and paper. I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how to get that done. Okay, step number 1. I want you to start thinking about all of the cheerleaders in your area that are currently displaced and just jot those down. Write their names, like not individuals, but team names. So maybe it's, your high school. Maybe it's a Pop Warner or a rec league. And if you know those Pop Warner, those rec leagues, those high schools, break them down into smaller groups. So for us, Sagebrush Pop Warner, which is the Reno area, has way too many kids for us to be able to specifically know who's who. But we do know individual leagues, right? Like we have Dayton Pop Warner, we have Reno Sparks Pop Warner, we have, Sagebrush. We have all these different groups. And within each of those groups, they have their own teams. So we jotted all of those down. So I want you to take a minute and jot all of those down. When you're done with that, I want you to circle the 3 largest programs, okay? For us, we narrowed in on 1 program to start, okay? After you choose those 3 programs, I want you to look at it and say, where do I start, okay? Who do you know within the program? Do you know a coordinator? Do you know a coach? Who do you know? Jot those down next to it. And then I want you to make a plan for how you can help those kids. So for us, we started marketing specifically to those 3 for our classes, getting them in. And then the big thing that we did is chose one, Dayton Pop Warner. And the reason we chose Dayton is because they have a very large program for a little tiny city that they come from. Their city is about an hour south of us, and they have a lot of kids. There's 70 some kids that compete every year on 2 teams. They are normally break that up into 2 teams, so their demographic is really good for us. And they not only do their Pop Warner season like football cheer season, but then they take them on and compete them at Jams Nationals. So we know the coach there, so we reached out to the coach or director and asked for a meeting. When we brought Danielle in, we basically told Danielle, the coordinator for that we were really excited about her program. She's done a great job growing it. Her kids are awesome, and that we're sad for them that they won't be able to compete this year. She obviously expressed the same concerns, and we talked about that for a little bit. We then pitched our big wild idea to her, which was, let's get all of your kids to register together. They can carpool and come to our gym together because, like I said, it's about an hour from here. And we'll practice once a week on days that our teams aren't already in the gym, so we're not overfull in the gym. You'll get to coach the teams. We will place some of our all-star coaches on the teams with you. That way you have some assistance. You can get things kind of our style, and they'll compete under the 5-star name. So she was really open to the idea. So she took it home, thought on it. We created a packet and looked at how we would bill. Guys, for this program, we charged really, really cheap, right? These teams are doing 2 competitions and 1 showcase with us, like a local showcase. They're getting the same uniform that we got a deal on with a package that I talked about a couple Thrive Thursdays ago. And their real overhead expense is Danielle, who wants to be paid not very much because she's used to volunteer coaching. And then we're putting our salaried staff on it, so it's not additional hours that we have to pay out to cover the cost of that. So per athlete, we're only charging $99 a month. It's all inclusive, and the gym profits between $15 and $20. I can't remember the exact amount per athlete per month on that. So it's not a huge profit margin for us, but it's a great way for us to get kids in the door and see what our program's all about. In addition to that, we're helping our community by keeping this program together and these kids going. Some of them, this is their only opportunity to cheer. They'll never get to do All-Star based on cost, based on how far away it is, that kind of thing. What we did to make a little bit more profit in there is we offered them an unlimited upgrade. So they could upgrade their packet. I don't have the exact number. It's like $30, I think. For $30 more a month or $40, they can upgrade to unlimited classes because their team practice gets one team practice and one class a month with their package. So they could upgrade to unlimited classes for $40 a month. Those kids are going into our already running classes, so it is huge profit there. So guys, I encourage you to get creative. Find ways that you can serve your community and reach out. So step 1, make a list. Step 2, circle and think about the most likely to work with you, the biggest programs out there. And step 3, reach out and make a plan. Don't be afraid to ask because you never know what they'll say. We thought Danielle would say no, that it wouldn't work out. You know, she thought there would be a lot of objections, and they 100% went for it. And we have kids registering for that program like crazy that begins in September. So always in every step of your business, don't be afraid for the no, and always ask because you never know what's coming next. And that's a way to ensure that your business is always thriving. So you guys have a great Thursday, and we will see you next week.